What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 6 of Gotta Watch 'Em All.
Really? 6?
6, yeah.
Okay.
This is Ken, joined by my wife, Melissa.
Hi, friends.
We have the same last name. It's Pescator. We're married. So we have been on hiatus.
Yeah.
I got sick.
You got really sick.
I got super sick. So I ended up getting sick. I had to get surgery.
Yeah.
To get fixed.
Major surgery.
But I'm fixed.
For you
for now. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
You're fixed. You're fixed.
So I got super sick, had to get surgery. It stunk. The recovery stunk. I'm still not 100%, but I'm almost there. So, unfortunately, the show paid the price because we just, life was cray.
Yeah.
For a little bit. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But everything is all good, and we get to go back to doing little kid things and having fun, talking about Pokemon.
Yeah. Going on with life.
So, moving on. Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
We're still playing Pokemon Go every day. Hardcore. Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, people are talking about it dropping off, and a lot of people are stopping playing, but I'm still super excited.
Yeah, well, the new event has really gave it the boost that it needed to get people interested again, because that made it a lot more fun. Yeah.
The Halloween event just ended. I think it said it boosted revenues 130% or something like that. So it did really well, and everyone got more excited about the game. And
yeah, because you got more stuff.
It was a lot of fun. Different Pokemon spawns, heavy duty spawns of the ghost type Pokemon.
Yeah, it was totally fun.
And we went hard the whole time.
Well, yeah, because when you're getting double candy and there's Pokemon that are hard to find in your area and you don't see them that often, you go out. So
we still haven't done evolution parties, and we're just pulling out our phones, and we're going to be able to get some crazy evolutions going on.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've been holding out for a really, really long time.
So Melissa is mega patient when it comes to evolving.
Yeah, I don't know why. You know what it is? I just want to see the big points, I guess. At the end of having, I had this dream of having, of using one whole lucky egg and evolving all new stuff to my Pokédex. Now, I don't have that many yet, I don't think, but I have
you can evolve like 40 Pokemon, 50
no,
Pokemon.
No. Well,
no, I'm saying to fill a whole lucky egg with new Pokemon.
Really? You think it would take that long? How long?
It would, I don't know. I think I've evolved a lot.
Yeah, I wonder
30, 40.
I wonder what the count is, how many you can actually evolve in 30 minutes, what the max count is.
I don't know. They shortened the evolution time in one of the later updates, but
we should research that.
But she's got a dozen new Pokemon. I'm so jealous.
At least 12 new Pokemon that are going to come to my Pokédex, and I'm very, very excited about. Big time points. I'm going to put that lucky egg on.
The good stuff.
Get them points.
You're getting Muck, Dragonite.
Yeah.
Machamp.
I'm getting Arcanine. Kadabra.
So we've been playing the same amount of time, but we play differently. I do a lot of driving, and I just do Go Plus all day at work. And I walk a lot at work, so
yeah,
it's
he catches a ridiculous amount of Pokemon.
I caught a Kabuto today on Pokemon Go Plus, with Pokemon Go Plus. And it's, I've been a Squirtle with Go Plus.
I got that, randomly, I got that Tauros today. That was high CP. It was over 1,000 CP. Which never happens because my Pokemon Go Plus, I want to throw out the window half the time because it never, ever, 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 let me say.
How many?
Ever catches the Pokestops.
Her Go Plus does not pick up Pokestops.
It's ridiculous. It infuriates me.
It's bad. It's bad. 1 out of 5 it'll pick up?
No, it doesn't pick up any of them. And then sometimes the best will be I'll be I'm just going to, whatever. I know Pokestop's coming up. I'm just going to not even think about it. And the watch will be on. And we'll be like a minute past the Pokestop, and all of a sudden it'll go off, and it'll give it to me. I'm like, are you kidding me?
You're too far.
But no, it'll give it to me. It'll give me the balls. But then the next one I come to that I'm actually trying to spin with my finger, nah. It'll be like, try again later.
You're just not a good Pokemon Go player.
Well, thanks there, pal. Appreciate that.
All right, so let's put a timestamp on our Pokédex status right now. Actually, today is Friday, November 4th, 2016.
Wow, it's already November.
Yeah. It's beginning to look a lot.
Why? Don't. No. I still have This is Halloween. This is Halloween. I still have my Halloween decorations out.
I am, I want to go big Griswold style this year.
What do you mean? On the tree?
No, well, yeah, with the tree, but the house, everything. I want to put lights.
That's what you said last year, too.
I know, we didn't do it.
It's because we have no outside electricity. It makes it very difficult.
All right, Pokédex. I have caught 133 and seen 140.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
All right, I've caught 125 and seen 129.
But you're about to evolve a dozen new ones.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, and I actually saw a Mr. Mime in a gym and a Kangaskhan in a gym. Mm-hmm. They're not from our region. I was actually able to battle the Kangaskhan too, which was really cool. And
I saw them on your phones. I just chose not to look at them.
She doesn't like to have little shadow boxes in the Pokédex. Yeah, she wants even Stevens.
I do. If I see it, I want to catch it. And so far, the three that, except for Dragonite, because he was the only one that I accidentally saw in the gym when that glitch was first happening.
Everyone thought it was a glitch.
So angry. I was so angry. I was like, what? What happened?
And there was also a biome change and another nest migration 2 days ago. So nests have changed again, and also local Pokemon like the Pidgey Rattatas. They made some announcements. This is exactly what Niantic tweeted out. Professor Willow has discovered that you may encounter other Pokemon where Pidgey, Rattata, and Zubat were previously more commonly found.
Oh, God.
So in our area, we're seeing more Bellsprouts. We always had Venonat, but I'm seeing more Venonats.
I'm seeing cluster spawns of Venonat.
Yeah, like crazy. I miss the Pidgeys because I want cheap evolutions. Nope,
I don't miss the Pidgeys.
I'll take Pidgeys all day.
I won't miss the rats.
I won't miss the rats because they have a 25 candy evolution. I want 12 candy evolutions. Give me the Pidgeys, and I'm straight. Pidgey and Rattata don't spawn or don't hatch from eggs anymore, and Eevee is no longer a 10K hatch. It's a 5K hatch.
Yeah, because there's nothing
that happened to me
worse.
Twice in a row, just like a couple 10K eggs ago, and I'm swollen about it.
Yeah.
I was not happy. All right, so let's talk about this episode. This episode is episode 6. Original air date was September 15th, 1998. The title is Clefairy and the Moonstone. Very excited about this episode because I like me some Clefairy.
Yeah, he's super cute.
So the episode starts out with the quick recap of episode 5. They say Ash has won the Boulder Badge, and they're on their way hiking towards Mount Moon. And on their way, Brock starts talking, he's got the Pokemon lore and knowledge because he studies the stuff. He says that there's a legend that a huge meteor had crashed into the mountain and that something's going on with the mountain. Like there's legends and lore about it. And as they're approaching the mountain, they see a swarm of Zubats wrecking on somebody.
Attacking on a poor guy on the ground.
So Ash is concerned. Actually, no, Misty is concerned and has to poke Ash to help him.
Does Ash whip out his Pokédex?
He wants to pull out the Pokédex, and she's like, hello, this dude needs help.
Yeah.
So he orders Pikachu to Thundershock the Zubat, and Pikachu hooks it up.
Yeah, he does hook it up.
And scares all the Zubat away. They all fly into a cave.
Yes.
And that's where they save this dude's butt.
Yeah, lo and behold, they save our next character in the shows.
I love him. Seymour the Scientist is probably the best introduction to a character in this series.
Yeah, he does have
It is the greatest thing ever. You guys have to go and just watch this episode so you can see this ridiculous animation that they put together of his introduction.
Very dramatic.
It's so dramatic. It's like, it's so fantastic. Like, it has great animation, and he's just so over the top and like a walking show tune.
Yes.
He's very absolutely awesome. Really, really funny. I really like it. But the Zubat had flew into this cave. So the cave leading to Mount Moon. They obviously are going to pursue because that's the direction they need to go. But when they're walking through the cave, there's like lights strung up throughout the whole cave, and the Pokemon in there are wigging out.
Seymour explains to the gang that something's going on inside the cave. All the Pokemon are acting completely out of their norm. There's Paris taking their mushrooms off and planting them in the ground. Sandshoe's just laying flat on his belly. And it's because the lights are strung throughout the cave, it's messing them all up.
Yeah, Seymour's like that they need the dark. I mean, these are, cave dwellers. So that, that having, lights strung up through it like, Christmas. Yeah, exactly. It's wigging them out. So Seymour starts waxing intellectual about the Moonstone and what it means, and we kind of get this weird flavor from Seymour that he's a little bit of a wacko.
Yeah, well, he has a really nice rhyme about the...
He rhymes everything.
Well, only the important things that are very important to him.
He rhymes the whole time. But it's so smooth that you don't even realize it. I'm telling you,
he's not rhyming.
He's rhyming the whole time.
No, he's not.
All right, Pokemon fans out there, we're gonna place bets.
Yeah.
We're gonna place bets, but he's rhyming. He's
not.
See, marriage.
Not rhyming, no. Not the whole time, but he does. He has the awesome rhyme with his introduction. Well, it's not even a rhyme. It's just he's rhyming. It's a dramatic.
I'm telling you,
it's not rhyming because he says, knowledge, research. I'm Seymour the Scientist.
Well, that part he doesn't rhyme because that's like his climax.
But before that, he's just saying, thanking Ash and stuff.
I'm telling you,
he's rhyming.
Anyway, we're moving on.
We're backtracking.
Jeez. He has this crazy conspiracy theory about the Moonstone, and he thinks all Pokemon came from outer space, and he's like super passionate about the Moonstone. The whole gang then stumble on a Clefairy holding some kind of rock and just like bouncing along.
Yeah, well, Clefairy just happens to stumble past them as they're having this conversation about the Moonstone, and Seymour is saying how the Clefairy came to Earth through the Moonstone. That's his theory, that Clefairy are from outer space and that they came to Earth on the Moonstone, and eventually humans will be able to ride the Moonstone to outer space with the Clefairy.
He figures that out.
And as he's explaining this, Clefairy happens to be bouncing along all cute with this little rock in its hand. And Ash, being Ash, wants to instantly catch it, and Seymour was not having it. He said, "No, gotta leave him alone. You can't take him from this cave. He needs to stay here."
But what I liked is Ash had this like moment of clarity when he didn't just say like, "Okay, man." He kind of like understood and was like, "You know what, man? You're right. Like this is I don't want to disturb this." So that was really cool.
That was great.
I know, right? As they're being all cute, looking at this Clefairy bouncing by, and they leave it. Meowth appears out of nowhere, and obviously he's in it for the Clefairy.
Yes.
And the Clefairy gets cornered by Meowth, and Meowth is acting like super tough skis.
Yeah, and actually, so Ash go to rescue the Clefairy because they go to aid it. They hear its little whimper in the distance, and when they get there, who do they see?
It's Team Rocket.
It's good old Rocket.
And they go through the whole thing. The motto comes out. And they make it very, very clear right away that they are there and all these lights are theirs. And they're just looking for the Moonstone. So, like, right away, they make themselves. They're just like, yep, this is what we're doing. We want the Moonstone. Come get some. And it's, like, right into a battle, which I love when that happens.
Yes.
Because it's just like, all right, they talk for 1 second and then...
Oh, Team Rocket, you're here. You want some? Let's get some.
Beef. Yeah. Out-of-town beef. They had out-of-town beef. And then, Ash brings out Butterfree, and then Slick Brock brings out a Zubat, and Ash is like,
Yeah, he gives him a look.
He's like, you have a Zubat? And Brock's like, yeah, I caught it before we came in. And Ash is bitter. He's just like, oh. He's like, I should have caught one too.
Yeah, he's got that face on him. It's so good.
But that was really funny. And then Team Rocket plays Coughing and Ekans. And they start going at it. And Zubat is the one who actually wins this battle because he uses Supersonic and kind of like confuses them. Is that when they start fighting? They start fighting each other because they're confused, and then Butterfree uses Whirlwind and like blows them out of the cave. But just Coughing and Ekans, not Meowth.
Yeah, well, because
and Team Rocket too, Jesse and James, but not Meowth.
Yeah, because during the battle, Misty was able to sneak away with Seymour and Clefairy into safety, and also Meowth was sneaking away during the battle.
Yeah, because he's focused on Clefairy. And you see a scene where they show Misty and Seymour kind of escape out of the cave. They're outside. They're under daylight. They're kind of like wading through like a little stream kind of thing. Yeah,
well, they're trying to figure out where Clefairy wants to go, and Clefairy starts running up the mountain. So they start following Clefairy up the mountain. And all of a sudden, from the other side of the mountain, Meowth shows up and tries to grab Clefairy, which sends poor Clefairy off the side of the mountain.
That's right.
And its little tiny pink body goes falling down the side of the mountain. But she lands into Misty, and they fall into the water.
Yeah, they bonks Misty in the head.
Yeah, and there ensues the battle of Misty versus Meowth, which I absolutely love this scene. Because you never get to see Misty battle.
She's Misty. What did she say? Misty the Brave, right?
Misty the
I think she's Misty something like that. But she throws a Pokeball, and it's really cool. She throws a Pokeball directly into the water, and you see the Pokeball sink.
Yeah, it takes a second to sink too.
And then it opens underwater, and she's playing Staryu, which I thought was really cool because in previous scenes where she's played water Pokemon,
it's always been
even though
derpy.
But even though you can play water Pokemon without water. In the previous episode, they were like, you can't play water Pokemon without. So it was good to see actual water in the scene. And then in true cartoon fashion, Staryu uses first Swift Attack, throws Meowth off, and then uses Water Gun. But directly into Meowth's mouth, like the boardwalk game when you're filling a balloon with, you know what I mean? And like Meowth's entire body fills up like a giant balloon, really, which ends up,
sending him off,
blasting off at the speed of light away. And then Misty's like, yeah, what? She's like,
pretty much,
which is really, really funny. So right after Meowth gets blasted off, Ash and them show up. And Misty's like, pretty much proclaims that she just took out Meowth single-handedly.
Yeah, she said, you're not going to be seeing Meowth anymore.
Yep, so that was really cool. And they end up heading, next scene, like, kind of cuts to them at base camp, around a campfire, eating. And this is a cool scene because it talks, first time it really talks about, the actions of Brock saying that he wanted to take care of Pokemon. Because he shows him feeding the Zubat his specialty Pokemon food, and he even offers to make some for Pikachu.
Yeah, and he explains to the group how he makes each Pokemon food specific for each Pokemon, and he has different trials, and that, like you said, he would make one for Pikachu. They look like little meatballs. And then, like, Seymour's like, oh, let me try it. And he tries one, and he's like, oh, this is delicious. He's a weirdo. And then Ash is like, oh, let me try it. And, like, Ash puts it in his mouth and almost throws up, like, immediately. He has this ridiculous look of regret on his face, which is really, really funny. Mm-hmm. And he's like, look, Brock goes, just because you don't like it doesn't mean that the Pokemon aren't going to like it. It was just true Brock style.
True Brock. Like, no, but it was finding the silver lining.
Yeah, and it was cool seeing that first little peek into Brock's life of caring for the Pokemon,
right? Yeah. So while this is all happening, Pikachu and Clefairy are like off in the corner having a conversation, and they seem to be hitting it off. Like they become friends quick. And Ash even says, Pikachu likes to make friends quick or whatever.
Kind of reminded me of his conversation that he had with Caterpie before he became Butterfree when they were sitting there under the moon talking, right?
Right. But like you see the sense of urgency between Pikachu and Clefairy, and they end up dragging them out. Like they just start leading Ash and them through the woods, and now it's dark and everything. And Ash and them have no idea where they're going, but they're just like kind of playing along. They're like, "Where are you taking me?" Because obviously they have this panic to them. So Clefairy and Pikachu are just like out. So they just head out, and then they take them to yet another cave. And they get through the cave. It opens up. There's this big canopy, and there's the Moonstone, this giant thing,
giant rock of a thing.
So it's like this massive. It looks like a meteor, but it's massive. It's as big as a VW bus,
and it's glittery.
And it's glittery and shiny. Now, Clefairy's been holding on to this like little rock the whole time, and she bounces over to the Moonstone and places it at the base, which kind of like completes this ring of little rocks around the Moonstone, and things start happening. Yeah. The Moonstone starts glowing.
Well, as soon as he puts it in place, the little rocks around the base light up, and then the Moonstone starts glowing, and then lots of little Clefairies start pouring out.
Clefairy squad comes out, like 20 of them. And Misty is just like, oh my gosh, there's so many. And they go into this fantastic Clefairy dance.
Yes, it is so cute. They're little bouncy.
They're bouncing around, but it's like, it's completely in sync.
Clefairy.
It's really
so
funny.
Cute.
And Seymour's like, this is an amazing sight. Like, what the heck are they doing? And it goes into this fantastic scene that's, to me, very Japanese, where, Pikachu is trying to explain to them what the heck is going on, because obviously Pikachu's savvy to Clefairy's plan. And they go through like this charades thing where he's trying to break out the words and everything, and Ash has no idea what the heck is going on. It's a really, really funny scene. And as they're, getting things right, Pikachu's like holding up like little signs that, so like you got it right, like very game show style.
They're taking turns trying to guess what Pikachu's saying, because Pikachu starts talking to Ash, and Seymour asks Ash, do you know what Pikachu's saying? And Ash, being the little boy that he is,
we're so salty to Ash
because he's so cocky sometimes. And he goes, of course I know what he's saying. He's my Pokemon. Oh, reminds me of Dude so much. And
Dude is our son. But they ultimately figure out that the Clefairy are praying to the Moonstone, which then kind of seals the deal for Seymour, and he starts to go bonkers because he's like, I figured it out, like you were saying before. The Clefairy got here via the Moonstone, and this is how humans will leave the planet to go to outer space. They're going to fly away on the Moonstone.
And they're going to go to the moon, and then to Mars, and
he's
then
wacky.
To the stars.
Then to the stars. He's wacky. So he's a weird, but it's really, really hilarious to see how excited he gets, because he's like, really thinks that
his theory is come true.
That he's going to figure it out. So everyone's all happy. Oh, this is a great thing. Boom. Team Rocket comes back in out of nowhere. They start mocking Seymour. They're like, look at this guy. He's a wimp. Seymour gets nerd rage and starts charging them, and Meowth just sticks the foot out, trips him. Classic. And poor Seymour loses his glasses. He's like,
blind.
They really play into the nerd scientist thing. And it's really funny. And then the battle's back on. Ekans and Coughing again. But this time, Ash has Pikachu and Brock has Onyx. Which is cool, because you see Pikachu and Onyx working together. Pikachu actually jumps right on Onyx's head and is kind of like moving around with him. That was really cool to see. But the battle is immediately on. But Coughing immediately uses Smog Attack and fills the entire cave. Remember, they're in cave and stuff. Fills the whole cave with smoke. You can't see anything. Everyone's choking. So Ash brings out Pidgeotto, tells it to use Whirlwind, blows all the smoke away, and when everything's finally clear, The giant Moonstone size of a VW bus that was in the middle of the cave is gone, along with Team Rocket.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the heck happened?
Yeah.
Now, this is one of those moments where you just have to have the childish suspension of disbelief of like, they can lift a giant rock that's the size of a VW bus. You know what I mean? So you're like, where the heck is the Moonstone?
Yeah.
What is going on? And they hilariously cut to the scene of
the Moonstone
on like a sleigh, like a sled.
Roped down. Like, one, how did they get it out of the ground? Because
With
the thing
rope.
is gigantic.
With rope.
Two, when did they have the time to place it onto the sled?
Suspend your belief.
And, yeah.
So it's really funny. They're flying down the hill. They're like kind of surfing on this sled going down. And I love this part because it's a little bit more of an aggressive attack move. But Brock orders Onyx to go underground and go seek out Team Rocket. So Onyx digs underground. You don't see him for a minute. You see Team Rocket flying down the hill, and then Onyx kind of comes up from below and like upends the whole sled, which is absolutely awesome. It's just a really cool, aggressive scene.
Yeah, he totally flips them
flips it out, and you like ah, you know, it's a crazy thing, and it's a really cool scene. Everyone seems to be knocked out, but if you guys watch the episodes, you notice that the expression on Coughing's face, no matter what the scenario is, the attack, it doesn't matter. He's always got that, you know,
that derpy smile.
That poop-eating grin of just like, you know, hi. You know,
hey,
he's coughing.
It's
absolutely hilarious. So you see everyone kind of knocked out, but Coughing's just like on the ground with a smile on his face. And Ekans is, you know, then standing above the wreckage, you know, all proud because he just took him out. And Coughing goes big and, like, uses his body to, like, uppercut Onyx and completely takes him out. They show Onyx lay face flat on the ground with swirly eyes, knocked out. And then good old Coughing smashes into the ground, like a foot deep into the ground, but you could still see that he's smiling.
Yeah.
So good.
It is so good.
Darn good. It's like the funniest thing. As this is happening, Seymour shows up with Clefairy and the Clefairy squad. And the Clefairy see what's going on. They see the Moonstone. And then they start going into this synchronized metronome attack where they start doing their Clefairy dance in a very rhythmic pattern and kind of put Team Rocket into a trance. Yep,
because what happened was, while Ash and Brock were fighting Team Rocket for the Clefairy, Seymour explains to Clefairy, you guys need to go and get them, because
like, shouldn't you be defending
this
this thing?
rock.
You're
like, don't you
to
understand? This is your thing. And the Clefairy are like, you know what? You're right. So when they show up to the scene, they instantly are like, all right, it's on. Clefairy line up, and they start using their metronome, and they're doing the Clefairy, and they're going back and forth. And I love this part because everybody's heads start doing the tilt.
I was doing it when we were watching it. I was doing it.
But then, like, you see Team Rocket doing it. Then they cut to Ash and Misty and
they're
Brock,
all kind of doing it.
Pikachu's doing it too. And that's when Seymour starts explaining, like, this is the metronome.
Yeah, he's doing
attack,
it like even he's under a trance.
I've never seen it before, and it was really good.
And then I don't know what causes this.
Oh yeah, because it's so good. Seymour goes, I've never seen it before. I don't know what's going to happen.
Boom! And there's like a nuclear explosion. Like this is like this happens so many times in this series so far, where there's just like a ridiculous mushroom cloud. This is like a beacon of fire, like
and flame and lava,
it is
just
awesome.
Straight up to the sky.
Just explode, and they have like an aerial shot of the explosion from above, and you just see like Clefairy flying out, like smiling and laughing.
Yeah, so happy.
And you know, this huge explosion. Team Rocket's out of the picture now because everything's blown away.
Yeah,
they
Team
blasted
Rocket
off.
has their closing. Team Rocket blasting off.
Right, and then they're back on the ground, and you see the Moonstone. What you think the Moonstone exploded, but you start to see all these little shards of stone coming down,
like blue dust,
like little dust. And when these shards touch the Clefairy, the evolution process is initiated, and Clefables start popping up all over the place. Ash pulls out the Pokédex. Pokédex is like, look, these are Clefables. This is one of the most rare Pokemon, which is interesting. But this is one of the most rare Pokemon of all, and there's now a whole host of Clefairy and a whole host of Clefables bouncing around. Now, I don't know if this was an intentional thing, but they kind of go to a wide shot, and the Moonstone is back together again.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it exploded. I don't know what, because you would think the Moonstone exploded.
Not only is it back together again, but it's back in the cave, back in the hole, back
in the
together again.
Yeah. So from
the magic of Pokemon.
Off the sled, back into the cave, and it kind of cuts away, and they're like, "All right, guys, let's keep moving. The Clefairy are good." And Seymour's like, "No, you know what? I think this is where I'm gonna live.
Yeah,
I'm gonna live in the cave with the
Clefairy."
So he's found his calling of living in a cave with Clefairy. But obviously the rest of the team has to move on. And I really dig this scene. Now, this is an interesting point that I want to talk about. So the past 5 episodes, when we watched it, we were watching it on YouTube on a non-official channel that just posted the episode, but you would see the bumpers in and out as if it was on TV, and you would get the Who's That Pokemon and all that. So we watched this episode on Netflix, so no commercials, no bumpers, no Who's That Pokemon, and you don't get that final commercial break where it just comes back for like a 30-second final bumper and then the show's over. So it kind of just cut into this other scene, which took away from it a little bit. But as they're moving on, out of the cave, they finally see a sign that says, Cerulean City. So that's their next stop, and script. But you don't get that dramatic effect like, they're coming back to it. But written in the corner, kind of vandalized, it says, "Ash is a loser.
No,
Gary was here. Ash is a loser." Which sets, it's like triggered. It sets Ash off, and
he rage runs
towards Cerulean City, and that's where the episode ends out. And Cerulean City is up next. So awesome episode, high action, cool animations, lots of cuteness with Clefairy. Seymour is ridiculous.
He is ridiculous.
I enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it. It was one of my favorite ones so far.
We keep saying that though, so it's losing value.
No.
They're awesome. They're good.
Awesome.
The shows are really good. So you guys, I hope you're watching along with us, or at least go back and watch a couple episodes, because they really are good. And it's like, I'm so used to watching shows now that are an hour long. It's like when you watch a 22-minute show, it goes so quick. It goes so quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome episode. All right, I got 2 boosters.
I haven't opened one in so long.
It's been a bit. We haven't. I have a ridiculous amount of Pokemon products sitting on a table in the other room.
Yeah.
Like a ridiculous amount of boxes and, tons of stuff that I've been stockpiling over the past month and a half, because I haven't really been in the mindset to open Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
So I've kind of been slacking because of everything that's happened, but I'm going to be making a lot of video content with all those goodies, and I got some really good stuff. I got Generations Elite Trainer box, Steam Siege Elite Trainer box, I got a Pikachu EX box, and then I got the super mega duper super duper box, the Mewtwo one. With all the Generations boosters. So I have 2 Generations boosters here for us. Venusaur and Charizard pack art. Take your pick.
I'll go for Charizard.
All right. I'll go first. 3 to the back. All right. This has been a while. All right. Radiant Raichu. Trainer Olympia. Trainer Clement. Caterpie. A Clefairy. This has happened so many times where the Pokemon that are first introduced in the episode we watch, we end up getting in a booster. I love it.
Yeah.
So we got Clefairy, Ponyta, a Magikarp, a reverse Magikarp, and then Wally, and my rare is
laxative.
Snorlax, the laxative.
All right,
you're up.
I'm going to go to the back. All right, and I got Gulpin, Trainer Maintenance, Trainer Imakuni.
Oh, yeah, this is the weird dude.
Machop, and a Fighting Energy, Meowth, Magmar, and I got a reverse Rhyhorn, and this is a Radiant Altaria, and a Gyarados.
All right, so no EXs, no full hollows, but cool Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I'll post some pictures of these on Instagram, so if you want to check out the pulls, You can see it there.
Nothing new, though.
Nothing new, nothing fancy, but like I said, check YouTube soon. I'm going to have so much of the stuff. It's just been a slow haul with me getting recovered, and I apologize that
it's taken so
long because we took time off before this break when we went to Disney, and then went back to school and stuff, so we were a little spotty with everything, but...
That's life.
Life, for reals, yo.
That's life. We love Pokemon, but we love life.
We love life. Life is good.
Important.
But thanks so much, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show,
yeah.
And we'll be back next week with another banger.
Yeah.
Hot fire.
Pokemon.
Peace.